Conor McGregor, the well-known UFC star, has faced a series of legal battles over recent years, most recently including allegations of sexual assault from an incident that allegedly occurred during the NBA Finals in June 2023. This ain't even the case, Noble. This is another case.
Yeah.
This is another case.
Yes.
So, okay, let's run it down. The case we're talking about, forget that one in writing. Before you do the rundown, we're here to talk about right now, as we speak, Conor McGregor is going through a court case and he's been accused of rape in Dublin in 2018. Now,
18.
we're not talking about...
After he lost to grip.
To Mayweather. No,
Sorry.
that was earlier.
No, to Khabib.
Khabib. Okay. So, McGregor has had multiple cases, which Noble's going to break down in a second. But we're not here to talk about what he's been accused of. We're going to keep that same energy. And what we're going to say is, he's been accused of something. He's in court. Let's find out what the outcome is, and we can revisit that. Where our issue comes in is with the double standards. The coverage of this McGregor case has been so light that I've had to go out in search of breakdowns of this case.
Come on.
There is no cause for McGregor to be cancelled. There are no think pieces by all these feminists and all of this. None of this. There's no calls for none of this. Angry mobs and he should never work again and we're boycotting this and we're boycotting that and specials, Piers Morgan specials and specials on the internet and homemade documentaries. There's none of this. My man gets accused of rape numerous times and there's no cancellation. But let's just rewind to a few weeks ago. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that these men are innocent or none of that. I'm just saying that young Philly, Noel Clark, all these guys don't get a second chance. Noel Clark actually weren't actually found guilty of anything and is still cancelled, can never come back, will never be in showbiz again. And that was just an allegation. Whereas a McGregor has got a woman and you're seeing things on camera in front of his girl. You're seeing him going into toilets, everything.
Come on.
No calls for cancellation.
Come on, sibling.
The programming is strong. They are programming us to hate us. Make that have ever been. Let's switch it over. Now, I'm only doing this for shock purposes, but let's say that was Leon Edwards Noble. He's cancelled immediately just off the back of an allegation. They would say, no, there's no smoke without fire, A, B, or C. Yeah. Conor McGregor has still released a movie. Still has a liquor brand.
Beer
still
well.
Has beers. Still promotes fights and things of that nature. And there are no calls for him to be cancelled. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty or not. But how is it that there are no major calls for cancellation? Where is the Piers Morgan special? Where are the Piers Morgan panels on this? It don't fit the narrative. Noble, come true, please.
Come on. Now, what you didn't mention as well, which I think is important, outside of the other people wanted to cancel, the UFC, that mega power, part of the TKO brand, with the WWE. Now, they have a numerous amount of fighters who have been in court for very similar issues. I will just bring one. I'll bring two. Abel Trujillo, I think he's mixed race, but, in all appearances, he's a brother. He got let go from the UFC because of domestic abuse. Was it domestic abuse? Yeah, domestic abuse charges. He's no longer in the UFC, sibling. Man don't even know who Abel Trujillo is. Yeah, we got John Jones, the Bones man. The GOAT as they call him. Who's going to be fighting Stipe, the old man, very soon. Look at what's happened. Look what he's done. He's been high on cocaine, crashed into pregnant people, left the scene, come back to get the coke. He's beat up his wife how many times into this something? And Dana White, what does Dana White do about that? He's had some bad words to say about John, but the last year and a half, he's been all over John. John's the best ever. I don't know what you're talking about. He's the best ever to touch this flipping cage thing, boss. Nah, the octagon, it's Jones. So let's now go back to Mr. Conor McGregor. 2018, what happens? A bizarre, frightening scene as Conor McGregor and his entourage caught strategically on video, Mark. Strategically was caught on video an act of riotous and afraid behavior where he picks up a dolly and throws it at a moving vehicle, shattering the window with Khabib in there. Flew his private jet over there, and what happens? He had to go to New York, he had to go to court, bail, and all this, him and these little goons and all this kind of thing. That was the first official, because there's stuff before this as well. That was the first official thing. That was nothing to do with women. This is just him being a thug, a yob. Dublin. Then we go to what you started with, because we've got more to come.
And there's video footage on that.
And there's video. So again, that righteous behavior, Dana White said he condemns Conor McGregor's behavior and said it's disgusting. But yet they used that footage for the promo. You see what's going on? Same year after he loses to Khabib, 2 months later, he's in Dublin, and there's a 20-minute call, I suppose, of her sobbing and all kind of stuff. There's bruises on this poor woman. There was a tampon lodged. I've done this breakdown on this particular one already when it first happened. Lodged up in the poor woman, where the doctor had to, So
how does that happen? As in he forced it with it in?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Man ain't like, yo, let me just pull this string out and da. No. My man's a monster, according to what's been laid out and the reports, the medical reports. Now let's play righteous advocate. Let's say indeed this was a willing participant who went there on this day, and she was just like, yeah, man, I mean, she was a bit tipsy or whatever. Even though she said that she was offered drugs or Kenya multiple times, she said no. So apparently she wasn't intoxicated. But let's say she was, or under the influence. Let's say she was, and she said, yeah, we're gonna do the thing, and she forgets herself that there's something in there. That could be viable. I'd highly doubt it. But again, we've got a litany. We're gonna come across the litany of allegations. We got that's 2018, and only now it's actually in court, Mark. I think we've done 3 days. 3 days of court.
Yeah, he's actually in court, and still with him being in court, you notice very light, very, very light. But just before you continue there's one thing that I think we need to all understand here. This is multiple different incidents that this man has been accused of. So he's not getting the same energy as others. So why do you think he always finds himself back in the same position? Because he knows, I can get away with it. Exactly. I can do madness. And because I fit a certain criteria, I make a certain amount, I represent a certain thing, I'm moving around this thing like King Kong. Like, my man's just extra with everything he does. There's nobody higher than the Mac Daddy. You seen that video?
No.
That's what I'm trying to say. He's like, he really believes this character is created. Yeah. This WWE character that he brought to the UFC. He believes that character is a real thing in real life, which is why he moves the way he moves. But my thing is, no kind of backlash whatsoever, and we are seeing a double standard here, and it is really bad, Noble, that one set of people, an allegation is all it takes. Just an allegation, nothing more than that. I can put an allegation on your jacket. It don't even make sense, the story that a person's coming with. It don't even make sense. But that person gets cancelled, can't come back from it, can't do nothing, can't move forward. That's an allegation, whereas you've been accused multiple times over many years, and still are free to move around and do what it is that you do. It's an unfair situation, which is why now a lot of people are on the side of, you know what? The mainstream media is biased. The mainstream media is fake. But with this case, even the YouTubers, I seen Ariel Hawani spoke about it, but it was very, very tiptoey.
Light.
Because people know, yo, if he does get back in the ring, I want to get that exclusive. So I'm not going to say nothing or A, B, or C. This is a civil case. It's not even criminal.
They threw out the criminal element. They couldn't proceed for some strange reason. Obviously, the Irish law judicial system is slightly different to the UK. Very similar, but there is a difference. I'm surprised it didn't go through the criminal. Hence, we're now going through the civil side of it.
I'm not surprised. And the reason why I'm not surprised is because, just as I've said before about people from the States, that is not limited to the States. Conor McGregor has taken the Irish flag and he's brought it to the States and he's planted it.
He's repping it
hard. So they ain't gonna ruin their own guy. Let's keep it real, Noble. They're not gonna bury their own guy. They're not gonna do that yet.
Well,
if he keeps moving reckless, they'll bury him. Facts.
No, but he's gonna have to be a lot more guaning because. Okay, let's talk about this one then. So,
man.
There's multiple speeding charges. You know, he's done like 120 yard and all this kind of crazy stuff when he's Lambo and all this, yeah?
No, I didn't know about those ones, no.
So that's happened like 3 times or something like that. I think he's lost his license potentially or something. I may be incorrect because it's a long time since I've looked into that element of it. But, so, we've spoken about the Dolly incident. We've spoken about the potential rape, which was now a civil case ongoing currently. Let's go to March 2019. He's in Florida. And this is a classic footage of someone wants to take a picture with him or something like some black geezer. And he smacked the phone out of his hand and starts stomping on it. You remember that?
No. And there's footage of that?
Yeah, man. There's raw footage of this thing. Smacks it out of his hands and starts stomping on the phone. He got arrested. 5,000 on bonds. What happens? The authorities declined to pursue a criminal case after McGregor and the victim reached an out-of-court settlement. You see that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So we're talking about assault. He goes to the pub, in August, and you must remember this one.
I seen the footage of that one.
When he's running around trying to, man, I got this proper 12. Come on, lads, have some of this thing, yeah. And the old man's like, nah, I'm good, Connor. I'm just want to drink this beer. I don't want none of that. I've heard it's real sweet. I'm rifting now. I don't think this is what she was actually said. But he's like, yeah, man, it's hella sweet and stuff. I'm just want this this Guinness thing. All I'm on. Nah, man, come on, you idiot. Blah, 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 blah. And he then starts whopping on him. And the old man just takes, was it 2? He lands like 2 punches on him, doesn't he? At least 2.
Yeah.
In a while. And he just holds the punches from the former double champ and just carries on drinking his beer like Anna Norton Regins. Salute to the old man. But madness, I'm laughing. It's mad. He assaulted an old age pensioner in a pub because he didn't want to drink. He didn't want to drink the proper 12, which everyone's telling me how it's hella sweet and it's horrible. Whether that's true or not, I don't know because I haven't tasted that there. But this is ties into your encapsulation of him being a character, this Mystic Mac. He's breathed life into this character, and now it would seem he can't differentiate Conor McGregor, the notorious one, from indeed this Mystic Mac WWF/E real life character.
Yeah, man, that's what's happened. But he gets away with it because remember, like you said, look at that Mohammed Mokayev.
Oh shit!
Look at this Mohammed Mokayev.
Yep.
Now, they caught this guy. They said that he had a bad attitude and ABLC, and they caught this guy. Now, this is why that sport is weird to me, because they caught him, yeah, but when McGregor done that move, that was way more reckless than anything my man did on camera. He endangered multiple fighters that were on that card. What if Khabib gets off that bus? Remember, listen what he was saying. If you would have got on that bus, I would have killed you and all of this.
Yes.
So you got to think, the UFC, they let that fly. They used that as promotion and rewarded him, even though he lost. He got paid. They rewarded him. Then at the end of the fight, when Khabib jumped the gate, after Manzev took the piss out of his religion, out of his race, out of his family,
Wife,
all of that, disrespected this man beyond belief, and they stood there and smiled. What do you think's going to happen? Man jumped the cage, and you see what went on? And then look, they punished him, withheld his weight. Remember, it's Putin that had to call him in and say, nah, man, anything they took from you, I got that. I've got that for you, because you've just showed what we're all about as a people.
2 million? Was it 2 million or something like that?
Something like that, but he's been given a lot of property and stuff he has as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But you know, he's on the
yeah, he's got some issues now, innit? Yeah. Well, anytime you violate that state, you're gonna have issues, yeah. So I mean, they know that you're going over there and doing your thing, but anytime you try stray away from their thing too much, you're gonna have issues. But what I'm trying to get at is, McGregor's been given a pass to do what he wants. Like he can do what he wants. Like look at how the man behaves in public. Look at how the man behaves in public. But you met that have ever been.
And Leon Edwards.
You met that. He would have been cancelled straight away. And this is what I'm saying. This type of hypocrisy has to be called out, because they're playing games now. The mainstream are playing games. The coverage of this is a joke. My man actually settled. Imagine if a black brother settled with one of these women that accused him. Like in the UK.
That's an admission of guilt.
Yeah, it is. Well, in their eyes, there's an argument for both sides. I'm on the side of, you accuse me, I'm fighting it. That's me. But I get that some man, I'm not, I'll just pay you or whatever. I'm not on that, because I think once you've paid, you're saying, I've done something wrong. I'm not going to financially reward you. I'd rather lose everything.